We are back with another Age of Mythology Retold point of view game. Today we're watching someone different that we haven't watched before. Normally I watch kind of the same few players because they're just that good. But this time we're watching Nora, who is a content creator also. I will actually link his YouTube channel. I lurk in his stream sometimes. He's a very, very strong player playing against Chemo, who we've watched a lot of point of views of, one of the best players out there. Now, I think Nora is a bit of a Poseidon main, so this is the reason we're kind of watching him today, is see how does he play Poseidon. I put up a video recently of me playing Poseidon. You want to play it aggressive normally, so we'll see if that is the kind of route he chooses to go. He's against Gaia. The map is Oasis. Oasis can sometimes make for kind of a turtle-y game where you get some certain spawns where it's going to be kind of very defensive. We don't know what it's going to shape up to be yet because we're watching from Nora's point of view, so we're going to see how it is. And Nora, if you don't know, he has like 3 accounts in the top like 20, top 50. It's pretty ridiculous. So obviously a very, very strong guy. This is who we want to watch. So we've got the pretty standard Poseidon build. If you don't know it, it's been the same since the start of the game. It's 4 go on to food, 2 gold, 2 wood. If you're going for the kind of later advanced time, if you want to go for quite an early one, then you can actually get away with just 1 wood, especially if you're getting this lure down. But it looks like a few more on wood will be Nora's choice, also only going for 1 for the temple. So not trying to zoom up to the next stage, but go for some kind of 3:30 or later situation. If you want to go a bit earlier, then yeah, the 1 on wood and that sort of thing. So we do see that he's going to have a look about. And what is he going to find? So the Oasis spawn looks like the one in the center, which doesn't really tell us too much. I mean, there are different versions. If we just go to have a little look-see, sometimes there's a gap through the middle. Sometimes there's also a gap through this side. But this is kind of just all the way around. And we have not seen the enemy gold mine yet. That is normally a key that you want to go aggressive if you see the enemy gold mine being forward or something like that. But also Poseidon just likes to be aggressive anyways. And we do see that it looks like a 3:30 is a pretty standard advanced time. No, it is not. Yes, it is. He just forgot to turn off auto queue and it's 2 seconds delayed. That's not a problem in the slightest. Going for changing his villager split now to 5, coming onto the gold, 4 on the wood, leaving 4 on the food, and then just 1 villager praying. I'm assuming what this is to do is to get your Atalanta out. She's a very, very strong hero. All of the Greek second age heroes are ridiculously strong, but Atalanta is the best of all of them. She's so quick. If you want to build centaurs, if you want to build Hippocon, then that's your case. But as she's going through Ares, so completely scratch that. Centaurs and Hermes are the basic play for Poseidon. Now, going through Ares, there's kind of a couple of choices here. What you could do is go and get those Hippaspis out with the upgrade to get Hippaspis early. That's Sword of Dread. Or going for Cyclops, probably not with just the 1 on the favor there. We will see what relics he's uncovered. He's going for this one, which is, let's just look at it down here. Hetyroi Pierce armor. And okay, that's a bit strange. I'm assuming he's getting that one so that Chemo can't get it rather than he really wants it. Walls regenerate is kind of villagers return a cost upon their dying, 25 food. It's okay if you expect to get raided, but no one really likes that. And then reduce the cost of repairing buildings, which it doesn't really cost too much anyway. Cyclops going forward, getting a bit of pressure on. The other play is build no military buildings, get your Atalanta out, then second town center slightly after that. This is what we saw the Mister do in pretty much every Greek game that he played during the most recent tournament. It's get early pressure on, send your myth unit forward, send your Greek hero forward, and then wait until you get 350, and then choose a town center. He's found a town center here with nothing on it, found a town center here with nothing on it, but Oasis, yeah, typically can be a booming map. Does see this repairing buildings, goes, nope, not a good relic. Does see that Chemo gets a 420-ish advanced time. He's going to pick it up anyway, just in case he wants it, but there's no need to get that guy back home, really. I know some people don't like it when Atalanta has to carry a poor relic around, but unfortunately she is going to have to do that during this game. He's checking the town center, and the town center is going up, and that will be the Atalanta and Cyclops already in position to try and stop this. They probably can't stop it because of the hero citizens, but we'll slow it down considerably. Actually, if they turned around to shank the Atalanta, they might be in a bit of trouble. Looks like the Cyclops is going to get some serious damage done. Now, that is a nice start for the Poseidon. If you can catch out the town center nice and early, you're going to be in for a good spell there, especially because this guy has some decent crush damage. So Also, the Atalanta microing very nicely onto the Caladria. Or, yes, the Caladria. Always get them mixed up to try and heal up these citizens. So they won't go down just because the healer bot is there. And then you get the nice villagers down here to get a second town center. You get a town center slightly later, but you've also stopped your opponent's town center. This is exactly what you want to see. We do see that Caladria value is just absolutely huge when you don't have many units. The hero, Mamilo, trying to come in, probably will be able to get burst healed back up. Nice bit of micro to pull the Theseus away. But the distractions coming through just to get his town center up, and he'll be absolutely fine. And also stop these villagers from actually working. The amount of idle time that these villagers have had is absolutely worth this amount of HP. Cyclops is going to get slowed, unfortunately. These guys probably shouldn't fight against them. They are very, very low, especially if he wants to bring the relic with Theseus back. Cyclops is going to go down. Theseus, what was the Theseus relic? Hetairoi, not a big deal, but might be useful for Chemo if he wants destroyers or something like that. And looks like Theseus will go down. But town center up. Town center not, well, maybe started for Chemo, but the scout nicely placed for this one. So no one knows that one isn't happening. Do you see? This also gave them the opportunity to hunt outside for free. There isn't that much hunt outside your base on Oasis. So to get your hunt nice and early while all that aggression's happening, just basically get it for free. Atalanta's going to waddle over to this relic and get the, just in case it gets raided. Loses some there. Now we see a bit of a transition going into some units now. So military academies, armory, market. The military academies are probably going to come up for those Hippaspis, I would imagine, if he wants to spend the money on that Sword of Dread upgrade. Unfortunately, does build these quite greedy. Probably wanted to do this to slowly secure the space for this gold mine, which is a good idea, but the Mamilo were out and Chemo is going to shut that one down. Doesn't really lose too much on it. It's more just the units are now going to be delayed, and not to worry though, he is probably going to be okay. Maybe pulling those ones off slightly late, but I don't think anything's going to go down. Town center doing nice things here. And this is what I mean about the second town centers for Oasis. It's sometimes quite a boomy game, but I mean, this town center is awful. The same for Chemo's. I mean, he can stick his Gaia tree up, which is absolutely fine, but there's just nothing close apart from just a wood line semi far away. I mean, I don't like going for them personally, but I see why people do. Even this one didn't really have anything. This one somewhat has a gold mine for Chemo if he wanted to go for it, but it's a little bit out there. Not deciding to get those Sword of Dread yet. Probably just wants the just raw units to actually be able to deal with these Mamilo. The Mamilo to hot plates, I mean, it's a pretty even trade, and unless you get the upgrade for the Mamilo where they do that poison damage, which can be very frustrating. But probably with the Caladrias, Chemo's going to win that fight. But the heroes are out, and you always want to get your Greek heroes out. If you're in the classical age, I mean, in any age, you always want your heroes out. You don't have to stop building villages for it. They just build on their own separate queue, so it's definitely worth it. Nice bit of garrison micro there. There will be a garrison micro short, probably out actually a couple of days before this goes out. So if you want to learn how to do that, plug in my own stuff. Carnivora there, just to try and finish off the military academy. It's a bit of a strange one. I mean, you could have just used the units. The heroes are going to come down and take that out pretty quickly. Gets the militia for it as well. I don't know whether that was worth it. That was a bit of a strange play, to be honest. But still just trying to get a bit of Caladria action in. And we are seeing that both players are just kind of doing something similar. They're going for the two town centers. We're getting all the upgrades. If you're going for some kind of two town center play, or even not, if you're just not going full military, it's always worth it to get your pickaxe, get your hand axe, get your husbandry, especially when you're on berry bushes. The husbandry just boosts that slightly from what it is at base. Always worth it. An upgrade that I think a lot of people forget, and definitely worth getting. Now we'll see actually, has Chemo gone for 3 town centers? That is something that the Atlantean players in historical times likes to do. Put a pressure into a 3rd town center before thinking about going to the next stage. But we didn't see that one. We did see that there is some lush, but that could just be from a manor that's up there next to it. But we will be having a look. No units being built also. Just getting a bit of pressure with the free units that he has, and just a handful of those hoplites and heroes there. If you want to learn this style, though, this is definitely something that you want to do. And we do see the third town center coming up. So now the third town center's here. You've kind of got a choice. If you were Zeus, it might be slightly easier. Zeus could just go full hoplites, full upgrades for them, and then just rush down the town center just because of the sheer amount of damage that you have versus town centers. But something that actually Poseidon does have with Ares is these militia with divine damage, which can assist. Obviously, you can't build them, but can be very nice. Ballista trying to go down. Nice bit of focus there, but the heroes might actually lose their lives for it. It's going to be pretty rough. Theseus might be able to, but trading 2 heroes for a Ballista, oof, not what you want to do. But it looks like Heroic Age is going to be the choice. Dionysus. Bronze, always strong, especially if you want to go, then the second option, bronze push onto that third town center if you really want to take it out. It was probably delayed. Looks like triple archery range going up. We'll look at some of the military options. So it's got 4 military academies, no stables, and then 3 archery ranges coming up. So a decent amount of military buildings up at this point. Something that you definitely want to do going up to the next stage is build more military. Also getting those copper shields, copper weapons. Undervalued for how cheap these things are. Very, very good. Unfortunately, does get pushed off that gold mine, but doesn't really want to fight yet against those Ballista. They are scary. Peltasts are probably going to be the choice here. Don't need many, just a couple of Peltasts to kind of snipe those down. Any anti-archers can be very good. Or anything that can surround it, like some Hippias or whatever, but obviously no stables down, but archery range going to be rebuilt. Again, trying to build these out to surround the gold mine, which is a great idea, but just didn't quite have the units to deal with it. Yes, does manage to pull back the militia. That's something that you definitely want to do. You don't want to be throwing those away. One of the Poseidon's best bonuses right there. Looks like more Hydras, more hoplites just going straight in. Carnivora well placed this time, but nice reaction from these hoplites just to get out of dodge. Could have the heroes on it, but the Caraballas are putting in a decent amount of effort. You need to kind of try and surround those bad boys, otherwise you're just going to lose if you're just going to face tank the Mamillo, have all the damage from those Caraballista. Hydras are going to put in a shift though. There's no heroes, so you need to keep on top of that if you are the Gaia player, getting those heroes out. It's kind of difficult as the Atlanteans. You've got to think about it a lot more than any other Civ, but they can just build them straight up. Heavy infantry, though. We see those Peltasts out. Very good counter. Do we see the straight economic upgrades? No, I didn't think so. Something that you do want to do if you're going the pure eco route, which obviously this game's kind of transitioned not into that way, but you want to get those out as soon as you advance. We see players at the tournament level kind of pre-queuing those, your Misters, your Magics, but only when the game kind of dictates that way. If you're against 3 town centers, you probably don't want to do that. You're not winning the eco battle because your opponent's going to have more villagers. I mean, we see here that Chemo is already at full population villagers, so you definitely don't want to be fighting the eco game. But getting the damage done and then getting it, that is the way. You don't want to forget those crucial upgrades. We will probably see a bronze coming in, and that bronze is going to hard win this fight if Chemo decides to take it. We do see Rhea coming in, so one of these can be taken. He doesn't get bronze, which is interesting. I thought maybe he would steal it with the bronze, but doesn't. The Hydra with the bronze was half HP, but maybe wins that because of the amount of heads. He's got 3 heads. That Hydra's going to go down, but big value. This gold mine is going down very quickly if we see the bronze Pegasus. Gotta love it. And that town center will go down. I mean, Chemo has kind of paid this one off. He doesn't have many units, though. All of his buildings to produce are in this position. We have the Pestilence down, and it is just an absolutely brutal timing to hit all of these. But what Pestilence does is it slows down the building rate by a considerable amount. So all these military barracks, I mean, how many are there? It's 15. He actually has quite a lot, so I think he's fine. But still, hitting 7 of those, pretty rough. And then we probably can see some Hippaspis coming out if the Mamillo decide to kind of stay around. But there's still a few Peltasts, Arcus heroes coming in, so Peltasts are definitely going to be worth it through there. And while this is happening, we do see the 3rd town center coming up for Norra to get that population in mostly. I mean, you don't really need it for the for the villagers. The 2 town centers will get you to 100 villagers fast enough. And pressuring off this gold mine is crucial here. The amount of gold getting gathered is pretty ridiculous, and it looks like Chemo is kind of disrespecting the army slightly, not actually pulling these away. He needs to pull away and find another gold mine. What I'll do with these villagers is send them up and get a wall up over here, or get some buildings up. It's normally what we see these guys do, and we absolutely do. We see the fortress coming up, and that is perfect timing. As soon as you get the town center, bring those up. Unfortunately, there is a wall, so Chemo has kind of played around that. But you can put a fortress up just behind the wall and be absolutely fine, or just shank down the wall, then fortress. You can kind of do whatever you want. Looks like there are some units just getting built over here. I think Chemo's not aware that they're being built, so you definitely got to capitalize off your opponent not realizing something. We do see the fortress going up behind the wall, and that'll be in range of this gold mine. It's nice to see this. You can see the circle of what it is. Yep, walls coming up. You can build some barracks down this side, then pressure this next gold mine. This one absolutely safe also. So it looks like there's a potential gold starve coming on for Norra here. Also taking the military barracks down. You might as well. We're seeing all the armors coming in now. All the bronze, sorry. Atalanta always getting rebuilt. Thought that circle meant it was in range. Oh, it is. I'm just zoomed out way too far. Might even be able to get some kills here. Only 46 HP on some of those. Maybe some archers to fire over the wall. Oh, he's just going to keep pressuring this side. Just taking these down. What kind of upgrades does Chemo have? So he's only on copper, and we're on copper also, but the bronze is on the way. So the army difference, the Greek army is very strong anyway, but with those extra upgrades, it's going to be pretty brutal. Especially only against medium Mamilo with the heavy of Norra there. It's just going to be an easy fight. The only thing is you do have to micro those Peltas, and the shift click micro is in, and that's definitely what you need to do if you've got counter units. If you're attacking these Peltas on the Mamilo, you're just wasting them. You might as well build a different type of archer, basically. Unfortunately, it does kind of overstay because all of these military barracks were still in. I haven't checked the amount of barracks that there is now, so it's 8 barracks, 3 archery ranges. Could probably get more of those, or if levy's in, so no levy, could probably get that one, or get some more buildings in, basically. Especially when you get to the 17-minute mark, you want to be like Chemo and have just 15 military buildings by now. We do see the fortress is pushing them off, also getting this gold mine to make sure that one isn't being gathered from, but we would assume here that Chemo is now gathering from this gold mine, and he absolutely is. So, unfortunately, couldn't get the gold starve, but definitely pushed Chemo back, forced some idle time here, got lots of villager kills, taken the town center down. So it's been a successful push, just not a game-ending push, but that isn't really an issue. We do now see 9 military barracks up, and that is exactly what we're after. So we got the siege taking down the walls, absolutely brutal. And we'll be able to push off this side. And that gold mine was being mined so aggressively that it's probably going to be out in a couple of minutes, you would assume. So if Norra can hold this position and still be pushing this side also with just a handful of units, he might be able to get the gold starve after all. Also Pegasus here, just checking. Always good to get your Pegasus out. Hippaspis in. And the Hippaspis are going to melt these poor Mamilos. Even just the Peltas getting that shift click still. The Arcus very strong. Bronze fully in. Phobos Spear of Panic with obviously the extra divine damage there. Deciding to take this fight. Maybe the Arcus are overstepping slightly, and you just got to punish that with the Peltas, with the shift click micro. And should be able to win this fight. There's so many low HP Chemo units there. Also manages to push off this side, pushes off this side. We've got Pestilence number 2 coming in, and this should be a pretty successful push. If he can push all these units off, it's going to be very hard to train units out. We do see that the Chemo Q, though, is pretty ridiculous. Obviously, you can't see this if you're playing, but it's pretty brutal. Peltas doing their job pretty nicely. Do you want to go back, just have a look to see if those eco upgrades did come in? The wood one didn't. Sometimes Bowsaw can feel quite expensive because you have to spend gold on it, and you don't really want to spend gold on things like that. so I can see where Nora's coming from. It's quite annoying sometimes. Crenellations, boiling oil, these texts for towers, texts for fortresses, definitely worth it. Hoplite's trying to get a cheeky raid off, or maybe just scouting to see what's happening. But could also just get a cheeky raid off if he really wants to. Nice amount of army here. You don't want to overcommit this side because you really need to defend this side also. But just have a presence this side, just so Chemo can't sit on there for free. And it looks like he's getting a couple of kills here also, just annoying the wood situation, which will stop these archers coming through. We then do see Artemis pre-queued, a bit far away from it, but it's just worth having it if that's where you want to go eventually. Might as well pre-queue it. If you then decide against it, I mean, you can just cancel it, can't you? So definitely worth it. Double fortress. I mean, this is a key position here with these double gold mine on it. Looks like Chemo's also trying to secure. His palace aren't in nearly as good a spot, and I'm assuming that his gold mine is finished. Takes the catapult away more to just stop it attacking him rather than actually be useful. But actually there's no melee unit, so it manages to take a very slow Petropolis away. You wouldn't think that's a good use of traitor, but it absolutely was. Do you see this town center's being aggressed by a nice wall setup here? Nice walls, a kind of natural defense of the trees. And that town centre is definitely going to go down. All these villagers, no idea what to do. Also pushing this side. Multitasking. Both sides. Do you see it overstepping slightly this side, but he is winning this side, so it's not really a problem. Town centre down. So he now has the population advantage if he wants to push it, but could also just get out some catapults, which is probably what he wants to do with this rally point. Take down these palaces. But it isn't as crucial as this side with this gold mine. And just getting a bit of aggression on. Even get another fortress. Slap it down here maybe. Maybe that's where these guys want to go. And Nora takes that win. The multitasking, I mean, that's just it, isn't it? Just the pushing this side, the holding the gold mines here. It was just all about the map presence there. And actually Poseidon played in a different way. Went through Ares, so very different to just your standard centaurs. We see the amount of favor he actually had. He went for double pestilence, saving up for a second bronze maybe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.